I mean, I think coming into the season, we looked at the schedule and obviously knew this was an opportunity we need to take advantage of, being at home for majority of the month and also playing in some really good teams. And we knew it was going to be a challenge, but I think we've done some good things. I think there are some areas we can clean up and get better at. Obviously, it's still early. I think the special teams have been great for us this year and have kind of closed out a lot of wins for us. I think the 5-on-5 play, I think last game was definitely a step in the right direction for us and something we had touched on last week that we wanted to improve on and kind of get that identity that we're comfortable with as the season goes along. So I think obviously we'll take where we're at right now. We're in a pretty good spot and just want to close out this month on a strong note and get ready for, obviously, November. We'll be on the road a lot more and got to be prepared for that.
That first period seems like it's a real nice template for you guys, though. I mean, you talked about 5-on-5 and then just the way that you were able to manage the game and really, kind of looked like elements of last year, just dictating and possession.
Yeah, for sure. Just the first period was exactly how we want to play, and it takes hard work to play that way, but if we can do that consistently, we'll be a really hard team to beat. And obviously playing a team like Pittsburgh, they had a lot of high-end talent, a lot of guys who are very elite players who have won before. It was good to see us able to do that against a team like that.
Funky schedule. We know that you got lots of time here in between. I don't know if there's ways you can take advantage of it, or maybe it's just kind of adjusting things in terms of focus. But how do you kind of look at a game or a week you only play 2 games?
Yeah, it's different for sure. I think that's kind of been the story since the beginning of the season for us. We've had a little bit of a different schedule. We haven't played too many games in a row, so sometimes it can be hard to get into that rhythm and that flow. But I think it's just taking advantage of these days, working out, going over film, just trying to build on our game a bit and prepare. So we're just looking to take advantage of this time to kind of rest and recover a bit.
We've talked so much about full 60. Is that almost like an unrealistic goal in this league to some degree, knowing that you're not going to put up 20 shots on a team every period, but how do you kind of control the bounce back, knowing that, for example, last night Pittsburgh is going to have a better middle frame? How do you sort of manage that?
Yeah, I think it's hard. Like you said, teams will always have those periods where they bounce back. If they're really flat one period, they're going to come out obviously better. But I think for us, it's just focusing on just the style we're playing and being consistent and those habits. It's just not drifting away from those habits that we know give us success, which is shot volume, killing plays, back checking really hard, having good gaps as defensemen. Just those little things that when you look at the game after, you can see if you did a consistent job with that. And when we do those things, we usually have success.
And we've asked a lot about D partners over the years, but playing alongside and watching Rasmus grow over the last little bit, and he's playing career high minutes right now. What can you say about his growth?
Yeah, it's great. He's just obviously building off last year, and I thought it was nice for us to be able to have a full year together last year and kind of gain that chemistry, and then come into this year and pick up where we left off a bit. So it's been great. He's an awesome player, and he's definitely he makes it nice to play with him. So I'm happy for him.
What have you seen Nazem Kadri? He's had a phenomenal start to his Calgary career. You're competing with him every practice. What have you seen of him early on?
Yeah, just super competitive guy. He's got a lot of swagger too, and just confidence in his game and in himself, and that's good to have that in the room. You want players like that, you want character like that in the room, and obviously he brings it on the ice every day too. But I think just having that mindset in the locker room has been huge for us. And
adding a guy that just won the Stanley Cup, how does that affect the team, whether it's between periods and you've had a couple of comeback wins? How does that affect the locker room?
Yeah, we have quite a few guys now that have won Stanley Cups, and obviously him just coming off a fresh victory like that. I think it's those guys know what it takes to win. They're very composed in game situations, whether you're up, whether you're down. They're very consistent and even keeled, and sometimes it's nice to have that presence in the locker room so you don't get too high or too low. You need to stay consistent, and having a guy like Naz and all those other guys that have won, they definitely give us that presence.
Are you surprised by Razzie's offensive numbers? Is it stealth-like almost?
Yeah, he's good. He's really good on the power play. He can move the puck really well, and he's got a good shot, good timing. So no, I'm not too surprised. He puts himself in situations where he can contribute offensively. So it's good to see.
Because he's right up there.
Right
now, for defensemen.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, it's awesome. He's an unreal player. He's super skilled, and like I said, he's really smart. So, that's something I think we all expect out of him.